Okay, so Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Right, so here, this is Surah At-Takathur. Okay, Surah At-Takathur. So we're going to try to do as much as we can in this. So first of all, Surah At-Takathur, Al-Hakum. So Al-Ha, just move this bit down. What is Al-Ha? اسم فعل حرف. Al-Ha. This is a fi'l. Very good. Yeah, so this is a fi'l. So this fi'l Al-Ha is actually like this. It's from the root letters Lam, Ha, Waw. Right, so it's like from the bab of Af'ala. Af'ala yuf'ilu. Af'ala. So the Hamza here is extra. Right, so the Hamza is an extra letter. The original letters are 3. Lahu, which means distraction. So Al-Ha means to distract. Distract. So Al-Ha fi'l واحد مذكر غائب. Al-Ha. Right, so as you can see, although originally had a waw, that waw is written as an alif here. Okay, Al-Ha. Okay, alright, so kum. Okay, what's this? Damir, very good. So it's ism. It's jama times 3. It's damir. Is it morab mabni? Okay, so it's mabni. Very good. Mabni. Okay, and it's ma'rifa. Very good. Ma'rifa. Okay. So Al-Hakum. And is it marfu, mansub, majroor? It's mansub. Why is it mansub? Because it's the maf'ul bihi of Al-Ha. Al-Hakum. Distracted you. Distracted you. Right? So the fa'il of Al-Ha is actually takathur. Okay, so now At-Takathur. At-Takathur is what? Ism. Yeah. It's واحد تكاثر. It's masdar. Times 1. Yeah, it's ma'rifa. Because it has an al. And it's mu'rab mabni. Mu'rab. Mu'rab. And it's the fa'il, so it's marfu. Okay, so it's the marfu of Al-Ha. Al-Ha is the fi'l. At-Takathur is the fa'il. Al-Hakum at-Takathur. So the word takathur, this is actually from ka, thu, ra. Kathura. Okay, it's from ka, thu, ra. Okay, so Al-Hakum at-Takathur. Al-Hakum at-Takathur. Okay, second. Right. Okay, so Al-Hakum at-Takathur means what? Takathur distracted all of you. So kathura, what does the word kathura mean? Kathara. What does that mean? Kathura. Kathura means competition, yeah? Very good. Okay, 1 second. My battery on my laptop seems to be very low. It seems as though I might be switch off the camera. Okay, so if my battery does finish soon, then lesson is over. Alright, so hopefully inshallah with your du'as the battery should last. Okay, so what does takathur mean? Okay, where does the translation of all of you come from? You is kum, not what about all? All of you, isn't it? It's plural, kum. Yeah, so remember, hu hakaki ina hum hunna kum kunna. Kum is all of you, so damir, all of you, like you're talking to everyone. Yeah. Now, if you need to brush up on your pronouns, suggest going back to the video lesson number 6-7, and watch pronouns again. So in pronouns, that's something I discuss over there. Okay. So at-takathur. Okay, at-takathur. So kathura means kathir, a lot. Yeah, kathir. Takathur, it means when two groups of people, they like compete with one another in having lots. So one person earns a lot of money and the other person earns a lot of money, and they're looking at each other, who's got the most. This is called in Arabic takathur. So if you watch my sarf videos, in my sarf videos, this is something which I discuss over there when we talk about the different forms of verbs. One is called tafa'ul. Yeah, so takathur, it means to have kathir, competition in kathir, where two groups of people, they compete with each other. So alhaakum at-takathur. Kathir has, or takathur, competing with having more has distracted all of you. Yeah, so in other words, humans are competing with one another to have more. More of what? Different things. Some people are competing in having more wealth. Some people are competing in having more cars. Some people are competing in having more families. Some people are competing in having more land, etc. Yes, Allah says, alhaakum lahu. Distracted all of you at takathur. So mutual competition in gaining more. Mutual competition in gaining more has distracted you. Does everyone understand that? Yeah, any question on this? Yeah, Mubashir, did you understand the kum one? Okay. Next. Hatta zurtumul maqabir. Right, so hatta zurtum al maqabir. So this is harf jar. Right? Hatta zurtum. No, this is not harf jar, because harf jar cannot come before a fi'l. Yeah, zurtum is a fi'l. So this is a clue, this is. So hatta comes for various meanings. Sometimes it comes with the meaning of ataf. Okay, so hatta zurtum al maqabir. Hatta, until, zurtum. So it's ataf harf. Zurtum, this is a fi'l. Yeah, what kind of fi'l is this? Jama, mudhakkar, hadir. Yeah, madi, past, madi, jama, mudhakkar, hadir. Okay, so this zurtum originally zurtum was from the letters za wa ra. Yeah, za wa ra. Okay, so za wa ra, it means to visit, ziyara, like you do ziyara, from the word ziyara. So what happened was, zawara, the original verb should have been like this, zawartum. Zawar, darabtum. Yeah, zawartum. But in sarf, which you're going to cover, you have a rule which is, if a waw appears in the middle of a verb, you can't have it. So you have to replace this with alif. Okay? You have to replace this with alif. So zawartum becomes what? Zawartum becomes زارتم. زارتم. Now, and that's so one rule is, if ever you have a wow in the middle of a verb, you can't have it in Arabic in past. Yeah, in the past you can't have it. You have to change it. Change it to an alif. So now it becomes zartum. Now, if you ever have an alif and after the alif you have a sukoon, then you have to delete the alif. You got to get rid of the alif. Yeah, and when you get rid of the alif, to show that you removed the alif, you have to replace the vowel before it with dhamma. So it's called zurtum. Okay, zurtum. So zawartum becomes zurtum. So now I don't want to go into all the sarf about this. Yeah, because I've mentioned to you guys before, some of the verbs of how changes take place in verbs. Okay, and in sarf later on, maybe next year or year after, you're going to learn more about this detail. But all I want to show you is zurtum actually came from zawartum, and there's two changes that have taken place to turn it into zurtum. But in reality, zawartum and zurtum are the same thing. Okay, so zurtum, it simply means you all visited. Yeah, so in the exam I might ask you, what is zurtum originally? That's what and you have to explain. So you just have to say zurtum originally was zawartum, because remember, every verb has to be made up of 3 root letters. You have to have 3 root letters in every single verb, at least. So if one is missing, like tum is not part of the verb. Tum is simply, one of the affixes that's added on, suffixes. So zur is 2 letters, so there has to be a third one. What is the third one? So the third one is, like I said, wow. So you need to know this. You need to know that zurtum originally was zawartum, and then the wow was removed. The af'ala is from thulathi mazid fihi. Very good. Yeah, mazid fihi. Have you guys done that in sarf? Thulathi mazid fihi. Akrama yukrimu. Yeah, so that's the one. So slowly you're going to learn a lot of stuff. You're going to be learning in other subjects as well. So hatta zurtum, until all of you visited. Until all of you visited. Al-maqabir. So al-maqabir, what's this? Ism. Yeah. Times 3. Originally, what was it? What was maqabir? What was maqabir originally? Maqbara. Very good. Yeah. So maqabir originally was maqbara. Yeah. Maqbara. Okay, maqbaratun. So maqbara is a place where there is qabrs. Yeah, place where there are qabrs. Qabrs means a grave. So maqabir means lots and lots of graves. Hatta zurtum al-maqabir. Why does it have fatha on there? Because it's the maf'ul bihi. Yeah, maf'ul bihi is the object, it's the thing that you're visiting. So okay, let's look at the translation then. Alhaakum at-takathur. So takathur, mutually competing with one another to hoard or to gain lots, has distracted all of you until zurtum, you all visited al-maqabir, the graves. Yeah. So it can be hyperbole. Yeah, it can be. Or it can mean like until you visit, like sometimes you go past a place where there's only 1 or 2 graves. But the graveyards that we know, like nowadays, there's lots and lots and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. Those would be considered to be maqabir, because there's lots and lots of graves there. Like, virtually hundreds and maybe even thousands of graves there. So a small graveyard would be called a maqbara, but one with maqabir would be lots. Okay, so this word maqbara is actually on the same pattern as madrasa. Yeah, like madrasa. Madrasa. Yeah, place where dars takes place. Madrasa. Right. Next. Kalla. This is known as harf rada. Yeah. Harf rada. It means to scold someone, to tell them off. Kalla. So it's referring to the graves or generally lots of graves. So when we come to the meaning of this, like what's the interpretation of this, then we'll discuss that. Like, does it mean when you actually, let's say, whenever once a month or once every year you visit a graveyard? Is it talking about like physically revisiting, or does it mean when you actually go to the graveyard, like you die and your body is taken to the graveyard? Okay, so kalla is harf rada, right? Harf rada. What's harf rada? Harf rada is when you're saying, like someone says something to you, and you say something like no, 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 right? No way, no, 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 that's wrong. So kalla, right, is like saying to someone no, 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 right? So it's not rada. It's as though you're kind of scolding the person, telling them off. Yeah, nay as well. Yeah, sofa. Yeah, so this is known as harf istiqbal, future. Yeah, it's known as a future particle. Sofa actually comes for the future, right? So as in, in Arabic, actually there's two words that are used for future. One is seen, which means near future. So seen is near. And sofa, this is far future. Yeah, so if you want to say something that's going to happen very soon, you say sa. So you just put a seen at the beginning of it. Yeah, so for example, like if I want to say I am going to sleep, right? I say anamu, I am sleeping. Now, in Arabic, present verb can come for future as well anyway. Yeah? But when you say sa at the beginning, that means I will soon sleep. But if you say sofa, that means I will sleep, but later on. Like, it could be an hour later, a day later, whenever. Okay, so is there a type of harf talking about the past? Yes, you have past ones as well. Like for example, qad. Qad comes for past, generally. Qad. Yeah, qad aflaha al-mu'minun. Like Surah Masad. Yeah, so yeah, sayasla, very good, excellent. Yeah, actually, I totally forgot that one. Sayasla. So in Surah Masad, you have sayasla. Soon he will roast in the fire. Right, so kalla sawfa ta'lamun. And what is the name of this type of harf? It's called harf tahqiq. Qad is known as harf tahqiq. Alright, ta'lamun. This is what we call a fi'l. What kind of fi'l is it? Jama, mudhakkar, hadir. Yeah, from the root letters ayn, lam, mim, to know. So kalla, no, 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 no. Sawfa ta'lamun, soon. Soon you all will know. Soon you all will know. Kalla sawfa ta'lamun. Yeah, so soon you all will know. And then this is repeated again. Thumma kalla sawfa ta'lamun. The only difference here is thumma. Thumma is ataf. Yeah, it's a layer of ataf. Okay, so kalla saya'lamun. No, you're wrong. Sawfa ta'lamun. You will soon all know. Thumma, then. Thumma means then. Then. Kalla sawfa ta'lamun. Kalla. Yeah, so thumma kalla sawfa ta'lamun. Okay, so ثم كلا سوف تعلمون, meaning then, no, you will soon all know. So it's like repeating the same statement is being repeated twice. What does this actually interpret as? That's something we're going to look at near the end of the lesson. For now, all we have to understand is the grammar and the translation of it. So, ألهاكم التكاثر. Takathur has distracted all of you. حتى, until. زرتم المقابر. You all visited the graveyards. كلا سوف تعلمون. No. Soon, you will all know. ثم, then. No. Soon, you will all know. Okay, everyone understand that? So, let's make this page a bit bigger. Alright, next. كلا. Again, we've done this. حرف ردع. Low. This low, okay, all of that ma'tuf, yes. Yeah, so all of this would be ma'tuf. As in, كلا, all of this, all of this is ma'tuf alayhi. Yeah, the front of the train. And then thumma connects everything to the other side of the train. All that. So كلا سوف تعلمون. ثم كلا سوف تعلمون. Yeah. Okay. Low, this is called low tamanni. Harf tamanni. Tamanni means hope. Yeah. Or wishful thinking. Or wishing. Let's call it wishing, the wishing letter. Yeah. Tamanni. Tamanni. Yeah. Harf tamanni, wishing. Yeah. Kalla. So, like in English, you translate as if only. If only. كلا لو تعلمون علم اليقين. لو تعلمون, if only you know. If only you know. علم اليقين. So تعلمون, we've done this before. فعل مضارع. Yeah. جمع مذكر حاضر. Yeah, so حرف شرط. Yeah, it comes as شرط as well. Yeah, conditional sentence. But yeah, it's called حرف تمني. So its function is to do shart, but its meaning is tamanni, as in you're wishing for something. Kalla, no, no. Law ta'lamuna, if only you know, if only all of you know. Ilm al-yaqeen. Okay, so ilm, this is ism واحد مذكر masculine معرب معرفة. Now, this is actually mansoob, right? Does anyone know why it's mansoob? You know why it's mansoob? Okay, so this is, have we done maf'ul mutlaq before? Root object. Have we done root objects? Okay, so basically in Arabic, if you have a verb, let's say for example you had the verb aktubu. I can make this verb more emphasized. And the way I do that is to mention after the verb the root word for that verb. Okay, so for example, like kataba yaktubu katban or kitabatan. Aktubu and I make it mansub. So what I'm simply doing is taking any verb in the Arabic language, and after that verb, immediately after it, you bring the root word of that verb. Now what's the point of this? So the point of this is for emphasis. Aktubu katban. I am writing. What does this mean? I am really writing. So if you want to say to someone that you're really writing, like they don't believe you that you're writing, and you want to convince them, if you had simply just said, like for example, let's say you just said aktubu, that means I am writing. But if you said aktubu katban, that's like saying I am really writing. No joke, I'm writing. Yeah. Or for example, like if you say, for example, yesterday darabtu Zaydan, I hit Zayd, and someone doesn't believe you. Clearly, Zayd is the maf'ul bihi. Maf'ul bihi. Now, if you want to convince them, what you do is you bring the masdar of the verb. So, what's the masdar of darabtu? Yeah. So, daraba yadribu darban. So by you saying darban, this is called maf'ul mutlaq. Yeah, I call it the root object. Root object. Okay, so darabtu Zaydan darban. Now this, because of this word, you've actually given this sentence emphasis. It's like in English saying, I beat up Zayd badly. I really badly hit Zayd. So you can't see the word badly here or really here, right? In Arabic, you don't have that. What you have is, you have the masdar that expresses all of that meaning. So this is why this is one of the things in English is very hard to translate. You can't translate it word for word. You have to translate it according to what's meant by it. Does everyone understand this? So this is something that comes in the Quran a lot, right? So time and time again, you're going to see this being mentioned in the Quran. And if you want to, watch more on this, then if you go to my Ajurrumiya videos on my YouTube channel, Ajurrumiya, in there I've got a section on maf'ul mutlaq. Yeah, it's a bit more detail, and watch that. So is masdar comes after the object? Yes. No, it can come before the object, after the object, as long as it comes after the verb, basically. So it has to appear after the verb. Yeah. Alright, so now going back to here now. Now when we translate this, ta'lamuna ilm al-yaqeen, I want you to keep this in mind. Right? We are not going to translate this as ta'lamuna ilm al-yaqeen as an object. Although it can be, we're going to translate it as maf'ul because it can possibly be an object. In that way, in that case, it's going to have a certain translation. And it can also be maf'ul mutlaq, yeah, a root object. Yeah, because ain lam ilm, yeah, is the masdar of ta'lamuna. Alima ya'lamu ilm. Okay, yaqeen, this is ism, it's times 1, masculine, mu'rab, ma'rifa, and it's majroor. Why does it only have one fatha? Okay, so who knows why does it only have one fatha? The clue is in the word yaqeen afterward. Mudaf, very good. Yeah, so ilm al-yaqeen, mudaf ilm, and al-yaqeen mudaf ilayhi. Yeah, so yaqeen means certainty. Yeah, to be certain about something. So certain. So كلا لو تعلمون علم اليقين. So if only they know ilm al-yaqeen. So if we translate it as the object, yeah, if we translate it as the object, then our translation is going to be something like this. If only they know knowledge of certainty. So let's say there's something out there called knowledge of certainty, a certain type of knowledge, just like you have knowledge of the world and knowledge of sciences. There's something called knowledge of certainty. So Allah is saying, if only they know knowledge of certainty. Yeah, that's one meaning. So humans can never achieve this knowledge of certainty in the world. So that's why Allah is saying, if only they know. And the second meaning is if you take the root meaning, the root object, maf'ul mutlaq. In that case, then the meaning will be, right? Then the meaning is going to be, لو تعلمون علم اليقين, if only they certainly knew, if only they had certain knowledge. So you see the difference between the two. One is if only they knew, just like someone knows the knowledge of sarf, the knowledge of nahu, the knowledge of certainty. And the other meaning is if only they knew with certainty. Yeah. So if only they had certain knowledge. So this is why it's important to understand the grammatical rules here. Yeah. Otherwise, translation, you won't know why translations are being as they've done. What does it say in the translations, English translations? What does it say over there? Sure knowledge. Certainty. If only you knew for certain. Yeah, so see, if only you knew for certain, which one are they taking? Are they taking the object or the maf'ul mutlaq? Okay, due to mudaf mudaf ilayh, would we go with first definition? No, both are fine. Both are fine. Nay, if you know with a knowledge of certainty. Yeah, so see, Suleiman, you're translating it as the root object, maf'ul mutlaq. And Fatima, your translation is according to it being an object, just a maf'ul bihi. Yeah. So this is why you need to know the rules, so that when you're reading the translation, you know why you're translating like this for. Otherwise, if you just take what a translator says and you don't know why he's saying that, then it's kind of like pointless really in just taking the translation without meaning. If you take the maf'ul mutlaq translation, why would yaqeen be majroor? So yaqeen being majroor doesn't necessarily have anything to do with this translation here. That is simply the way that the expression is made in Arabic. Yeah, ilm al-yaqeen. So in English, it's a problem, but in Arabic it's not a problem, because in English, if you say of, then you're going to have to bring an of into it. In Arabic, you don't have to have that. So ilm al-yaqeen doesn't necessarily mean knowledge of certainty. That's how we have to say in English. Okay, next. لَتَرَوُنَّ الْجَحِيمِ. La. This is known as harf ta'keed. Harf ta'keed. Ta'keed means emphasis. Tarawunna. Now here you have noon thaqila. So have you guys done noon thaqila in sarf? Yeah? Okay. So tarawunna. So before noon thaqila, if you get a dhamma, what does this tell you about the verb? Tadribunna, tadribanna. What's the difference between? You're very good. So if you have a dhamma before the noon thaqila, it comes for plural. So la tarawunna would now translate. So tara is fi'l mudari. So la tarawunna would translate as you will all see. Yeah, you will all definitely see. So lam at the beginning comes for emphasis, la. Yeah, and noon comes for emphasis. So you got two emphasis there. You will all. Yeah, it comes from ra'a yara. Very good. Yeah, ra'a yara, tara. You will all definitely see al-jahim. Yeah, you will all definitely see al-jahim. Al-jahim is going to be maf'ul mutlaq. So I'm going to just skip this part here because my battery is almost dying. So if the lesson does stop, I'm going to try to continue on my phone. So لَتَرَوُنَّ الْجَحِيمِ. You will all definitely see the furnace, the blazing fire, the Jahim. So كَلَّا, no. لَوْ تَعْلَمُونَ, if only you all know ilm al-yaqeen, لَتَرَوُنَّ الْجَحِيمِ. You would definitely see Jahim. You would definitely see the burning blaze. ثُمَّ لَتَرَوُنَّهَا عَيْنَ الْيَقِينِ. Okay, so ثُمَّ لَتَرَوُنَّهَا عَيْنَ الْيَقِينِ. Okay, so is this the jawab of law? Yes. Okay, so ثُمَّ لَتَرَوُنَّهَا. So again, you got lam over here, you got the noon over here, but this time they've got a ha here. Ha feminine. So what does the ha, what was feminine before? What thing was feminine before that was mentioned? Jahim, very good. Yeah, so Jahim is a feminine word. Although it looks masculine, but it refers to the fire. Okay, so ثُمَّ لَتَرَوُنَّهَا عَيْنَ الْيَقِينِ. Then ثُمَّ لَتَرَوُنَّهَا. You will definitely see it. Now notice over here, لَتَرَوُنَّهَا, and over here, previously we had ilm al-yaqeen, and here it's ayn al-yaqeen. Ayn al-yaqeen. So ayn is not from the same masdar as tara. Tara is from ra'a, and ayn is from ayn ya noon. Yeah. So here, this we're not going to treat this as maf'ul mutlaq. Yeah. But there's some other rules here which I'm not going to mention now. So we'll just leave it. We'll just leave that one, the rule there, right? So there are some other rules here, but that's a bit advanced. So we're not going to delve into that. So we're just going to translate this now. Thumma, then you will definitely see it. Ayn al-yaqeen. So we're not going to even treat this as a maf'ul bihi. This is something else, right? This is something else. So we are not going to treat ayn al-yaqeen. It's not saying you will see the ayn of yaqeen. Ayn can mean eyes, eye, or it can mean something which is specific. ثُمَّ لَتَرَوُنَّهَا. Then you will see it. Ayn al-yaqeen. Then you will see it. Ayn al-yaqeen. Exact, specific certainty. ثُمَّ لَتَرَوُنَّهَا. Then you will see it, meaning you will see Jahim with specific, exact certainty. Okay, exact certainty. So when we explain the meaning, I'll let you know what the difference between ilm al-yaqeen is and ayn al-yaqeen is. Right? So ilm al-yaqeen, ayn al-yaqeen, these are two things I want to explain. Okay, finally, thumma. So this is ataf. We've done this before. La tus'aluna. Notice again, la and the noon there. Remember, all of these verbs here, right, all these verbs that I'm highlighting here, got the same two things. Lam at the beginning and noon at the end. Right, they got the same pattern. It's just that the verb slightly differs. So tus'alu is from sa'ala yas'alu. It's from the present verb tas'alu. Yeah? And this tus'alu. What's the difference between tas'alu and tus'alu? Tas'alu with a fatha and tus'alu with a dhamma. Yeah, passive, majhul, very good. Yeah. So thumma latus'alunna. So how would you translate latus'alunna? Latus'alunna. Thumma latus'alunna. Not just you will all be asked. What about the lam and the noon? Yeah. You will surely be asked. Good. You will definitely be asked. Very good. Yeah. So you need to have some sort of like extra emphasis in it. You will definitely all be asked. You will definitely all be asked. Yawma idhin. Now this word yawma idhin, right? This word is always like this, okay? So we're not going to go into this word. In the Quran, you're always going to find this word as yawma idhin. It's actually made up of yawm, yawma, and idh. Okay, so yawma idh. And there's actually a process of how yawma idh becomes yawma idhin. Yawma means day, and idh means when. Yeah, so yawma idh. But literally, as in when we translate yawma idhin, we translate it as on that day. That's how we translate it. Yeah, but literally, it's yawma, day, when. Yawma idh. Yeah, yawm, on the day when. Yeah, so yeah, it refers to day of judgment. So yawma idhin, on that day. So it's not mabni, no, it's not mabni. It's not mabni. Yeah. It's actually what we call maf'ul fihi. Yeah. It's a time and place object. Time, place object. Yeah. So we did time and place objects before. Yeah, so it's time, place, referring to a specific time. Yawma idhin, anin na'im. An is jar, and na'im is majroor. So just about we made it. Battery's about to finish. Okay, so an and na'im. Okay, so let's translate this then. Alright, so what's the translation then? Okay, so what's the translation of this then? So alhaakum, distracted you, Allah is saying to humans, all you humans have been distracted your entire life by competing with one another in gaining more. Some people have just been competing in gaining more wealth, some people in gaining more knowledge, some people in gaining more, family and this and that. You've all been distracted. Like you've been distracted from the most important thing in your life, which is becoming a better person and close to Allah. Hatta zurtum al-maqabir, until you all visited the maqbara, the grave. Yeah, you visited the graves. So when you visit the grave, this could mean that literally when you go to the graves, you realize that everything you're doing in the dunya is going to end one day. So that's why the Prophet ﷺ also said, remember death because it destroys all desires. Or the other meaning is that until you visit the graves, meaning until you die. You visit the graves, meaning that you die and you visit the grave. Kalla sawfa ta'lamun. Then Allah says, no. You will all know. As in, even going to the graveyard doesn't stop a lot of people. Like you will only realize how futile and how much of a waste of a time the things people do in the dunya is later on. Kalla sawfa ta'lamun. Thumma kalla sawfa ta'lamun. So in Arabic, repetition is a whole big chapter in itself. Right? There's something that you're going to study in Balagha, inshallah. In there, repetition is something which is discussed in a lot of detail. Yeah, so repetition has many benefits in Arabic. In English, we don't have that. Like in English, when we repeat something, there doesn't seem to be much purpose except emphasis. But in Arabic, there's other benefits for it as well. Kalla law ta'lamun. In other words, Allah is saying, you people, even if you go to the graveyards, even if your family members die, you still are not going to stop. You still, after a few days, will forget your family members, you forget your parents, you forget your children, you forget your brothers and sisters who passed away, and you'll still carry on what you were doing before. Yeah, competing with each other. Kalla law ta'lamuna ilm al-yaqeen. Kalla, no. That if only you know knowledge of certainty, or if only you know with certainty. So in other words, when human know things, there's 3 levels of human knowing things. Like one is knowing things based upon human senses. Yeah, so this is like the lowest level of knowledge. It's what you detect with your senses, like science. You see the sun, you see the earth, you see rain, and you make observations and you make conclusions. This is known as like the lowest level of knowledge. Then number 2 is you have ilm al-yaqeen. Ilm al-yaqeen is when you have 100% certainty of something. This is called ilm al-yaqeen, right? So this is like, for example, let's say someone tells you that it's raining outside, right? So that knowledge is known as knowledge that is subjective knowledge, or knowledge which is, ilm, what they call dhanni, yeah. What's the English word for it? Dhanni, speculative. Speculative is a good word. Speculative, because they might be wrong. And then you go outside and you see the rain hitting your body. Now you 100% know that knowledge now has become certainty. Okay? But still, you could be, your senses may not be telling you the truth. Like sometimes you see a dream and you think you went through everything. You wake up in the morning, you realize it was just a dream, it wasn't real. So even sometimes something might not be absolutely certain. So the third level is ilm al-yaqeen, ayn al-yaqeen. Ayn al-yaqeen is when you know something with absolute 100% certainty. So Allah is saying that what's going to happen is you're going to realize the next stage when you die, you're going to realize with certainty that this life was a waste of time for most of us. And you're going to لَتَرَوُنَّ الْجَحِيمِ, you're going to see Jahannam for yourself. You were told in the talks and you were told by scholars about Jahannam and you read it in the Quran, but it didn't sink into your heart. Right? Then it's going to become ilm al-yaqeen. Then لَتَرَوُنَّهَا عَيْنَ الْيَقِينِ, then it's going to become ayn al-yaqeen, a level of certainty which humans cannot perceive in this world. Like this level of certainty can only be perceived in the hereafter. ثُمَّ لَتُسْأَلُنَّ يَوْمَئِذٍ عَنِ النَّعِيمِ, then on that day, on the day of judgment, you're going to be questioned about all of the na'ims. Na'im is from the word ni'mah. All the ni'mas in your life, all the bounties, every luxury that Allah gave you, you're going to be questioned about it. Sitting on the carpet, drinking water, enjoying anything. Allah is going to question you about every single ni'mah you had. And you were arguing with one another and competing with one another and you forgot to thank Allah for all of these things. But Allah is going to question you about all of these things. Yeah? Okay, so what do we learn from this? So the first thing that we learn from this is as humans we have to realize many of us forget the purpose of life. Yeah, so we get caught up in, some people get caught up in even nahu, and they forget all the most important things in life and just caught up in nahu. Some people caught up in earning, some people caught up in driving, some people caught up in family and watching TV and watching movies and this and that. Okay, the second thing that we learn from this is that humans, it doesn't matter how much we live in this world, our knowledge will not be certain until we die. So certain knowledge is only going to come to us when we die. Once we die, then we're going to realize all this life was, it's like a talk. Sometimes you hear a talk 100 times and you think that talk has increased your iman and you're certain about what he said. But then after a day or two, you forget all about it. And then the last thing that we need to understand about this lesson is that every single one of our ni'mas, bounties that Allah has given us, we're going to be questioned about it. Yeah, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us. Any questions? So alhamdulillah, I actually started off with 50% battery, now it's 1%. Alhamdulillah, it's about to finish.